Five unusual things people built homes from. Number 5. An old airport. The town of Bar None, Wyoming, is built on what used to be Wardwell Field Airport. In 1954, a local businessman bought the 640-acre site from the U.S. government for use as a horse ranch. However, disappointingly for the horses, it became a full-fledged town in 1982. And don't think they've disguised the fact that it used to be an airport. The streets are laid out along the path of the old runways, as you can see on Google Maps, whilst some of the old hangars have been converted into buildings. We don't know what the official food of the town is, but we're hoping it's bagged peanuts. Number 4. Sets from the Phantom Menace. You'd be forgiven for having wiped the existence of the Phantom Menace from your memory. However, it did do some good. The sets of the hometown of Anakin Skywalker, Mosispa, are currently being used as an impromptu settlement by a group of Tunisians who evidently have no fear of being attacked by Jawas in their sleep. According to the report of one newspaper who visited the camp, the group are making money selling old film props. However, there's sadly still no sign of George Lucas' credibility as a filmmaker. Number 3. Trash. Many of you might have already heard of this, thanks to Call of Duty: Black Ops. Yes, that crazy nest of mess was a real place, albeit without the gunfights and Russians trying to blow everything up. The area was originally occupied in the 1800s by a small coastal fort. However, in 1947 a group of squatters took over the site and built the madness you see above using whatever materials they could find. Being squatters, nobody could afford to hire an architect to build those high-rises, so they built them themselves and hoped that strong gusts of wind were an extinct phenomenon. At its height, the city was made up of 300 interconnected tower blocks, built in such a cramped space that sunlight never managed to reach the ground inside. Number 2. Gun emplacement in the middle of the ocean. During the Second World War, the British built dozens of oil rig-like gun emplacements in the middle of the North Sea, in order to defend the country from attack by German bombers. One such tower was abandoned soon after the war, until 1967, when it was invaded by a single Englishman, Paddy Roy Bates. Not seeing the irony in forcefully occupying a structure built to defend his country from being forcefully occupied, he originally planned to turn it into a broadcast platform for a pirate radio station. However, the power soon went to his head, and he declared the tower to be the new nation of Sealand. The British government tried to retake the structure but soon realized that they'd built it inside international waters. Legally, Bates wasn't breaking the law, so the UK let him keep it. Since then, Sealand, or, as it likes to be known, the Principality of Sealand, has developed its own currency, passports, sporting teams, and national anthem. Number 1. A mountainside. What's the craziest thing you've ever done to get some peace and quiet? Well, we guarantee nothing could ever top the steps taken by the monks that inhabit Zhuangkongsi, otherwise known as the Hanging Temple. Wanting complete solitude in which to meditate, in AD 491 they built a monastery on the side of a mountain, because just soundproofing the walls of their old ground-based monastery apparently wasn't an option. Impressively, for a structure built over 1,500 years ago, it's still standing. The padogas that form the main buildings are held up using super strong lengths of hardwood driven deeply into the mountain's rock, a design which makes it near indestructible.